Maybe you clicked on this video because you're not into planning and you want to find a good system. Maybe you clicked on this video because you want to try out something new. Or maybe you clicked on this video because you've bought planner after planner after planner and your husband is about to cut you off from your bank account pretty soon and you want a system that's adaptable, that you don't have to spend a lot of money on over time to maintain. Either way, this is the video for you. Hi, I'm Sarah. And I am the mom of 3 little girls, and I love to share how I create balance that sticks in my life as a busy working mom, and I like to help others do the same. And today I'm talking all about my customizable planner that I have set up that really fits my needs, so I don't have to keep buying planner after planner after planner. I can use this one to fit my needs no matter what life throws at me, and you can too. And I'm going to walk you through how I set it up and how you can make this work for you. So before we actually do the overhead look of my planner, I wanted to talk a little bit about the basics of it and why I chose this method. I had bought 2 different planners for 2021. One was supposed to be for my monthly, weekly overview, and then one was supposed to be for my day-to-day planning, and it just was too cumbersome, too much to carry around. My brain was confused, and I realized I've spent the last few years trying to find the right planner to fit my needs, when really I don't think it's out there because my needs are specific to me. Now, there are many planners that will work for many different type of people. This is not to knock other planners out there that are pre-created and bound and sold as is. I think they are great and work for a lot of people. But if you're finding that you need things in your planner that it just doesn't offer, maybe you should consider making your own planner. And so the reason why I decided for so long not to do this and I resisted was because I used to do this before I had kids, and I had a aqua Malden Filofax. It's actually how I got into making YouTube videos many years ago, and I loved it. I loved creating inserts, buying inserts, but actually printing them, cutting them out, punching them took a lot of time. However, when I was researching this whole topic a few years later, early this year, I ran into the beauty that is pre-cut, pre-punched paper that you can print right on. This saves me so much time. If you don't know, A5 paper is very specific dimensions that is not easy to convert to 8.5 by 11 paper. You have to print it out in the middle, cut the exact right spots, and then punch it in the exact right spots. And I actually had a 6-ring puncher for my first Filofax that I got shipped from China because that wasn't a thing then, but now it's a lot easier. So I would highly encourage you in today's world to consider this method. It does not take me a lot of time, and what I love is I can adjust it. If I print out an insert that just doesn't work well for me, I try it for a week or 2, doesn't work for me, then I can find something else. I can make it myself, or I can find some on Etsy or other websites, either for free or not very much money, and then try that out and see if that works. So I'm not spending $50 to $100 on a pre-made planner. Sometimes they're cheaper, but it still adds up when you think of, okay, that didn't work for me. I can't just change out pages. Now I have to go get a whole new planner. With this system, you can tweak it and figure out what works for you, and add as many sections as you want and customize it to fit your needs. It's also, to me, really fun. I enjoy this process, so it's kind of like a hobby, but you don't have to spend a lot of time. Setting it up the first time does take some time because you're trying to figure out what works, but once you've set it up and it fits your needs, you are golden for years and years to come, and you just have to make little tweaks as life changes. So this year, and for the foreseeable future, if you haven't noticed, this is my favorite color. It's called the Duck Egg Malden Filofax. I decided to buy this, and before I tell you how much I spent on this, I just want to say you do not need to buy an expensive cover. I just did for a few reasons. First of all, I knew I love the Malden from Filofaxes because I've had them in the past and they last so long, but when I saw this color, I had to buy it because it's my favorite color. It's the color of my Work Life Glue branding. It's the color of the back of, it's my pop socket color. It's my favorite color. Everything I buy is this color. And I knew if I spent a lot of money on the cover, first of all, that it would last, because I know these last. They're beautifully made. Also, I knew that if I invested in this, that I would use it. When I invest in the $50 to $100 planners, I do try to use them, but they don't end up working for me. I knew this would work for me, and I knew if I spent money on the cover, I would use it and love it, and I do. I spent almost $200 of my Christmas money on this, but like I said, you do not need to spend a lot of money. They have $10 ones on Amazon you could buy for just to use always, or you could just buy that to try it out, see if you like the system before you invest in a higher quality, longer term cover. Or you could just buy a few cheaper ones and switch them out. That's totally fine too. You might become a little addicted, just saying. So that's what I have. Let's walk through this. So here is my beautiful baby, my fourth child, as I like to call it. My duck egg A5 aqua, my duck egg A5 Malden from Filofax. I got it on Amazon. You can find it on the Filofax website, but there's lots of different covers out there to fit your needs. Like I said, don't have to spend a lot on the cover. What I love about this though is just the stitching on it. You guys can see it's just beautiful. You can spill stuff on it and wipe it off. And over time it gets softer and ages, which you may or may not like. I like that about it. It can get really rugged and age. You can see I spilled some coffee on there, which I can just wipe off. And it just has a button closure like that, a snap closure, but this is what it looks like. It's the most beautiful soft color, perfect for spring, but I like it year round. So let me show you inside. I don't keep a lot over here in the pockets. I just have some tabs. There is a zipper pouch here, which I don't keep anything in right now. There are 2 pen loops, one on the front and one on the back. And all I keep in here right now are these stickers, which I want to give a huge shout out to Amy from Simply Beautiful Plans. I interviewed her on my podcast. She creates the most beautiful stickers. She specializes in foiled stickers, as you can see. Absolutely gorgeous. She has an Etsy shop with tons, like 30,000 reviews on there, or purchases on there, so you guys can check it out. I contacted about making me some custom stickers because I'm not a big sticker person when it comes to planning. As you will see, I'm just a very functional planner. But there are some stickers I wanted, and so she gave me a whole listing. So if you guys are interested in custom stickers or her stickers, custom stickers, you can reach out to her on Instagram at Simply Beautiful Plans, or over on her Simply Beautiful Plans Etsy shop. You can reach her there to make custom stickers, but she also has tons of beautiful stickers for memory keeping and just beautifully planning stickers. She is amazing. I absolutely love her. She's such a wonderful person and definitely want to support her business. So I have stickers for all kinds of things. I have these AM PM stickers. She made me these planner stickers, which are super cute. My husband runs a cookie business on the side called Dough Daddy, so she made these for that. I have my work life glue stickers. I have these Instagram stickers to keep track of my Instagram posts. She made these stickers for my whole family. We have a color coding system. So my 3-year-old, my husband, my 6-year-old, my baby, and myself. And then I ordered like 5 of these, so I have lots of them. So for appointments and stuff, I can easily see. Don't have to write anybody's name or use a special color pen. If I don't want to, I can just use the stickers. And then to go along with the colors, she also made these little ballet slippers for my 3- and 6-year-olds dance classes. And then she also made these YouTube logo stickers in my colors, and these podcast microphone stickers, and these washing machine stickers for laundry. And then she threw in some freebies because she's amazing. So I love these, and I will show you how I use these throughout the planner as well. So when I open it, I need to actually punch this and put it in. This is actually my tending list from the Laura Casey Cultivate What Matters Power Sheets, which I use for goal planning. So I like to keep this at the front because this is where I have my monthly action items that I want to complete for the month, my weekly action items, and my daily action habit tracker. So this is just great to have at the front so I can easily see it and remember, okay, I need to do these things this month, so I'm constantly thinking about it. Then on this just translucent, transparent dashboard, I just taped on a list, and I both have a list of things I need to buy on my phone, but I also, if I don't have my phone by me, I will just write it on here. So every week when I go to like Target or the grocery store, I know what 2 places to look for anything we're out of. So that's where I keep that. And then I got this idea from Nicole of Begin at Home from Instagram. She's an amazing mom, also in Minnesota like I am. And she talked about this idea of having 21 goals or things you want to do for 2021. So I just wrote that out here on this dot paper, which I got on Amazon. It's kind of more of like a creamy color, not quite a pure white, but it's still really pretty and high quality. I will link to that below. And then, like I said, A5 size, pre-punched, pre-cut. I love that. So I just wrote those out here. So just like the idea of this, it's right at the front. So I'm remembering to look at it, to do the things on here. And then you get to my different sections. So I just want to walk through how I have it divided. What I love about these planners is you can have dividers running along the top, you can have dividers along the side and the bottom, so you can easily find every section really quickly. That's a huge thing for me, is I want to be able to find everything quickly. That was a hard part of customizing a pre-made planner, because even if I added a section, it was still hard to find, or even if it had a section kind of within the planner, it was hard to find quickly. So I wasn't using it, I was getting frustrated. So my first sections are daily, weekly, monthly, and other. So just kind of an overview of how I plan before I show you guys everything. I have a whole monthly plan where I just keep track of appointments, play dates, school picture days, you know, all the things that come along with being a mom. That's like our family planner. Then once a week, I will go to my weekly planner and I will plan out my whole week at a glance, very detailed, but I don't like actually seeing that every day. I get overwhelmed. So then I take that and I write out each day's worth of stuff on a daily page, and that's where I can get more detailed, and that's what I update throughout the week. The weekly plan is just to sit down with once a week to really map out where everything is going to go so I can see it all at a glance. But then when it comes to what I actually look at every day, it's my daily sheets, which I will show you. So that's my first section. That's like my family plans, day in, day out planning. Then along the bottom, I just marked this page to show you guys, but along the bottom, first of all, I have this divider here to find my daily page that I'm on, so I can easily find that. And then this is all business that I have along the bottom. So I have my video and my podcast, notes for those, social media section, and then notes for that. And I will show you guys all of these in more detail. I just want to show you how I have it divided. And then along the side in the very back, this is just like personal list tracking and habit tracking and stuff like that. So I have a fitness section, a reading section, purchases, lists, and then notes. The notes is for anything extra, like any projects I'm working on, anything I'm researching goes in the back. So as you can see, obviously I would never find all of this in a planner that I would buy, and I was trying to fit all of this into a planner I would buy, and it just wasn't happening. So I made it myself. As for the actual dividers, I found this really awesome website called Planify Pro. I'll have it linked below. It does have a monthly fee, but it's how I made a lot of my inserts, and it's great if you know a little bit about planning. You don't have to use it, but this is how I made my inserts. They had a way they have different patterns and things, so it has the guides to cut it out. So I just use this really pretty color that matches and these dots, and I printed it double-sided. And then it has the tabs, and I just wrote that on the website, and so it printed out with the different labels, and then I laminated it because I know myself, I spill coffee on things a lot. I can even see some on here. I have little kids, they're spilling things everywhere, so this way they will hold up long term. So that's how I made the dividers very easily. And then I do have a puncher, like I said, for the 6 rings, so it made it really easy to add these in. And the Planify Pro has, you can make the top divided, the bottom divided, and the side. It's all right there, and they have different shapes and different amounts of dividers that you want, and it spaces it all evenly. It's great. And she has a really awesome Instagram. I will link below as well for you guys. So let's just walk through everything so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. So my first section is my daily section. I have it laid out this way because this is what I actually look at every day, and this is what I have open most of the time to see what my plan is for the day. That's why I do it daily, weekly, and then monthly. I try to do the things I use the most at the front, and then by least used at the back. So my daily schedule, I have tried using ones I found on Etsy, which you definitely can, but I made these on Planify Pro to fit my needs. I really, really love it because you can customize in so many different ways, different colors, different fonts, different layouts. There are pre-made layouts, or you can make your own. So along the top, the 3 boxes, I just write the date. I have my husband, he's my orange color, like I showed in the sticker. So I just write his schedule since he's a chef, so his schedule is different every month and every day and every week. So I just write, you know, his hours. So like this Friday he's off, and then I write the day of the week here. So you can really customize this however you want. And then I added 3 sections, and I've tried a few different iterations of this the last few months to find what really works well for me. And this I found works the best. So I have a morning, afternoon, and evening. And then I have today's schedule, which I start at 4 a.m. and go to 8 p.m. because I wake up at 4 a.m. That's another hard part of the pre-made planners. They usually start at 5 or 6, and I wake up at 4, and that's when I get a lot of work done. So I like having this. So basically how I use this, any appointments or specific things that I have to remember to do at a certain time, I write in the schedule. It stands out to me when it's here. But anything I need to do just in my like time blocks of the different morning blocks, afternoon, evening, I write over here. So basically in my morning, I just drew a line here because this is what I do from 4 to 5:40 in the morning. It's when I get my work done, and I just put an AM sticker here. And I often will color code, like the light blue I usually do for stuff that's for me to do. So this is all like business stuff I want to do, and then I wrote down for my miracle morning, I want to read and journal. Then below here, I will write anything I want to do that morning from about like 7 to 11:30. So, and like if I need to make a grocery list, if we need to run errands, if, I don't know, I want to plan my curriculum with my kids or something like that. Anything kind of out of the ordinary that we don't normally do, I write there. So for example, on Saturday I wrote grocery pickup, so that I know I need to go do that in the morning. Yes, it is time sensitive, but it's pretty lenient, so I just need to know that we're going to do that at that time. So I'll write anything that to stand out to me there. And I also did like suns here, I did clocks here for the afternoon, and then stars for the evening, but you can use whatever bullet points you want. My afternoon time block is what I use for nap time. This is one of my most productive times of the day. My 2 little ones nap. My oldest is either at school or she will play independently, and so this is when I get a lot of stuff done. So I will often write in dark blue because this is business stuff I tend to do. So, but this particular day I'm going to budget and do my bills. I need to buy some presents. We need to install our Simply Safe security system, adjust the grocery list, and then I keep track of my Instagram posts and whatever video or podcast episode is going up, just to remember, even though I have it in a different spot on the planner, I like to remember like, okay, this video is going up. I should probably talk about it on Instagram or whatever. And then the evening I split into 2. So the first part is stuff that I do, you know, between the end of nap and bedtime for my kids. And then the PM part is stuff I do after my kids go to bed, which I don't usually plan a lot, but I do like to throw in a load of laundry, so I put that there. But like this particular night, I might go see some friends. We have a dumpster arriving and stuff like that. So I might write bath night or Girl Scouts or whatever. So that's how I use this, and I thought I would show you guys a different one just so you can kind of see what it looks like after I've actually had the day, because I'll often add in extra notes and things like that. So and sometimes I set it up differently, but like here's how I use the different stickers. So my baby Gwen had a well child visit, and then we went and ran errands. I had a chiropractor appointment at 3:40, and then my 6-year-old Celia had Girl Scouts, so I write that here. So I customize it, you know, every day is different, but this just really helps me to visualize the day. Whereas if I see the whole week, I get really overwhelmed because I can see everything. I like to just see, you know, I can see 2 days at a time, but it just helps me really focus on that one day, and I can even take it out if I want. Which is another great thing about ring planners, is that you can take the pages out when you're planning. So you don't have that awkward thing where you're trying to write right here and you keep hitting the binding. You can take it out. So I love that about this as well. So that's how I do my daily. When it comes to weekly, I've done a few different color schemes in here, but this is what I'm currently going with, and this is what I'm currently using. So this This is what a week looks like when I haven't planned it yet. So basically when I sit down, I just have like the M for March, and then I wrote the days of the week, the dates, and then I have over on the daily page, I have morning, nap, and evening. So this is where I just kind of map everything out at a glance, and then I always have just a sticky here to write down things that I want to do that week. So when I get to the week to plan, I have things I already know I want to do. This just helps me to not have to remember things in my brain. It just gets dumped on here, and I can move stuff to different weeks using this system. But this is what it looks like when I actually already sat down to plan. I write my husband's schedule at the top. I write the numbers, and then anything I want to do in the morning, nap, or evening, I write here. If we have appointments and things, I just write them in. Sometimes I do it color-coded and sometimes I don't. And then this is just basically like to organize my thoughts, and then I take this and organize it onto my, but then I take this and transfer it to my daily pages that I look at every day. So I hope that makes sense. This has really worked so well for me, because when I was just having a monthly plan and a daily plan, it was hard for me to visualize the whole week and all the details. So having this just for planning, and then I don't look at it again, it just really helps me. But you obviously do what works for you. And then for the month, I have this birthday tracker at the start where I just have, you know, this is something I can use every single year to remember people's birthdays and anniversaries and things like that. And then I go into my actual monthly planner. Now this one I did buy, so I will link to it below so you guys can find it if you're interested. I just wanted something really black and white, because as you see, I am not like a beautiful planner. I am definitely a functional planner. I don't have great handwriting. I do color code some things, but a lot of it just gets written down in pencil or pen. And this works for me. I've tried doing it pretty and it just doesn't work for me. So I just write stuff in. If I'm at the chiro and I make a chiro appointment, I write it on. If I add a play date, I write it on. If we have no school, I write that. Like, I just kind of write things as they come to me, so it's messy, but that way at least I know everything is written down and I can find it. So basically, when I'm planning for the week, I get those weekly pages out and I set them here, and I look at the week and I fill in any of the appointments or things I know I have to do. And then I look at that pink list for any other things I want to fit in, and then I'll write in my social media posts and any other things I want to do. And then I have my whole week planned, and it just works really well for me to keep track of everything. And then right now I don't have anything in my other category, but I'm sure over time that will change. So now for my business section, I like to keep track of my videos and podcasts in here. I was trying to do it on a calendar on the wall, and I didn't like that it wasn't with me at all times. So first I have this workflow. I will link to where I got this as well. So I have a video workflow chart. I have a podcast workflow and podcast interview workflow, so I can just remember all the little steps. Yes, you don't just record a podcast and it's done. You have a lot of steps you have to do, so this helps me remember. And then I have a few extra for when they're filled out. And then when it comes to actually planning out my videos and my podcast episodes, I like to just use Post-it notes. So I cut down, I bought ones that kind of match my branding, as you can tell. And then I just cut them down to fit these squares. And so I'm constantly moving things around and changing my mind, so I can just take them off and move them to whatever days work for me. And I can visually see, like, green is videos, pink is podcast episodes. I can easily see everything and move it around from month to month and things like that. So I really like this. Just like everything else, it's messy, but it works for me. For notes, I just keep, I do have a whole Trello board on my phone of different ideas for my planners and videos and things like that, but I do like to keep that in here if I come up with an idea and I don't have my phone around me. Then for social media, this is mainly for Instagram. So I have been doing theme days that I want to post every day, and then I kind of plan it out to fit with my videos and my podcast episodes, but then I also will post like books that I want to recommend to other moms, a tip for the week, and then something that earns the mama seal of approval for me. So if you're interested in any of that, you can check out my Instagram. But this is where I plan out all of my Instagram posts, and then I also have notes here for that as well. So now and what I use for this is the exact same monthly spread I used for my monthly. So I bought it once, but I got to print it out 3 different times. So it's good bang for your buck with that. Okay, so now for my fitness, I will link to this tracker planner I got. I really like it. I haven't started this yet, but it has a great places to keep track of your progress, your start, your end, your milestones, rewards, motivation, inspiration. So I put a few of these in here so I could track over time, and then you can also track your workouts, which I think is really nice. So I have that in here as well. Next is my reading section. I've been really into reading, and I wanted a better way to keep track of all the books I want to read, the books I have read, books I want to read with my kids. So I got these books to read trackers, and like I said, buy it once, use it many times. So A is for Audible, K is for Kindle, for any books that we already have, and this is my nonfiction list of things I want to read. I have a fiction list of books I want to read, and then I have a book of chapter books that I want to read with my girls. So that's in here as well, and then I can keep track if I read it. But then I also added this really cool book review printout that I love, because you can also add pictures, which I just think is really fun. To get these the right size, I just did it on PicMonkey and held up the paper to kind of see if it was the right size before printing it, but I had to get a little creative with that. But basically, I'm just keeping track of the name, the author, how many pages, or if it was an audiobook, when I started it, when I finished it, and my rating and my review. So I just love that I can keep track of that here. It's really fun in a visual way. So I printed out a few of those. Purchases, I have not been good about keeping on top of this. I thought if I had this, maybe I would spend less on Amazon if I had to write it down. But as you can see, I got like a month in and then stopped writing them, because I've bought a lot more on Amazon since then. But this is a cool printout I will link below. My list, I printed out a whole bunch of these because I'm a list maker and they're constantly all over the house. So instead of putting them all over the house and trying to find them and remember and just making clutter, I put them all in my planner now, and I can keep track of lots of different lists, like a list for stuff I want my dad to do, my husband to do, things I want to buy, things I want to add to my planner, foods I want my baby to try. If I'm working on like a cabinet or something like that, I can keep track of that. When I was creating stickers that I wanted Amy from Simply Beautiful Plans to create, I kept a list here. So you can keep lots of lists in your planner if you are a list maker, so that way they're not all over the house, which is really nice. Like I said, I got a lot of these in here, so I never am without a list. And then in the back, I just keep notes with different types of paper. I also have lined paper that's pre-cut and pre-punch. I will link below. But when I was designing the pages I wanted for my planner, I just used the graph dot paper to plan that out. And right now I'm planning to homeschool my oldest daughter, or all my daughters, but my oldest is school age. So I'm keeping track of books I want to read, things I want to look into, stuff I want to buy, field trips I want to take, things I want to include in our day, and I'm just keeping lots of lists of different things in here. So I love that I can research things, and it doesn't have to be in my planner forever, but while I'm still kind of in that mode of researching it or working on something, I can keep that all in my planner. For example, I still have this in here. We recently switched all the rooms in our house around, so I actually like drew out the rooms in a floor plan, and I wrote things we need to do, things we need to buy, and I could check it off, and then I had a master list. So I could keep track visually of this humongous project that was really overwhelming before I did this, but once I had it all written down, I felt a lot better, and I could just keep that at the back of my planner. And I just like looking back at it because I'm really proud of the progress we've made, so I'm just keeping that in here as well. So that's all of that. And then in the back, there's this big area. You can put like a notepad and slip the back cardboard part of the notepad in here. But I just keep extra of those sticky notes for my weekly pages. But that's all that's in the back. And then you have another pen loop, and that is that. I hope you guys enjoyed looking at and getting to know my fourth child. I still need to give him or her a name, so let me know what you would think is a good name for this bad boy. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I would love to do more planning videos if that's something you guys would like, and a thumbs up really helps me know that this is something you like. If you like this kind of content and want to find more tips, tricks, advice, and a real look at motherhood, make sure you follow me here on YouTube as well as Instagram. Plus I have a podcast where I love to share tips, tricks, and interviews with other working moms that I think you would really enjoy. All that information will be in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy planning. I will see you next time. Bye.